Hi, I'm Rachel King. Welcome to my channel. I'm introducing this week's video from Rye in Sussex, appropriately because it's all about Merchant Mills. So you will find the Merchant Mills store in Tower Street in Rye. I've chosen them for my first Indie Pattern Company pattern review because I particularly like their aesthetic. I love the workwear inspired shapes, and they somehow manage to look timeless and modern, and they sit alongside this beautiful range of fabrics that you can see here in store. If you want to know more about Merchant Mills, their website has a wealth of information in it, but I also found a great podcast, and it's an interview with Harlene Denham, who's the founder of Merchant Mills, and it is well worth a listen. The link is below. Appropriately, this goes out in 2025, and I believe it's the 15th anniversary of the company as it started in 2010. So the shop itself in Tower Street in Rye is housed in a former toy factory, and it's a really beautiful space, and it's fantastic to be able to see their fabrics, and they also have garments on display. You can see some on the walls here as well, and I have to say it's extremely seductive if you're a sewer, and actually probably if you're a non-sewer as well. I think it could probably turn you into a sewer. The display is absolutely fantastic. I didn't walk out empty-handed, the results of which you will see after the pattern review. I should actually add to that the store have samples of the patterns made up, so you can refer to them, and I believe you can try them on, which is really useful if you're going to make up one of their patterns, and obviously they're going to be in the fabrics that they have in the store, so really a useful point of reference if you're planning a Merchant Mills project. The store's also home is to their sewing studio, where they have sewing classes. It's a mezzanine floor above the shop, and I believe that they also do residential retreats, which sounds absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I realised that they do also do menswear and children's wear and accessories, and they even do a dog coat, but I'm focusing on women's wear this week because that's predominantly what I do on my channel. I've chosen my favourite 10, and I have actually made a pattern up, and I'm going to show it to you at the very end. I'll timestamp this video in the description below so you can move around and look at the bits you want to look at. Anyway, and I just wanted to say that I know a lot of you, I mean, Merchant Mills is really popular, and a lot of you will know an awful lot about Merchant Mills, probably maybe more than me. I don't know that much, although I have researched it, but I do realise that I have just scratched the surface. And if you're really interested, I have a few links below in the description, and you can go and you can find out more about them. Obviously, you can go on the website, but there's a really brilliant podcast, which is an interview with Harlene Denham, the founder, on the Garmology, if I pronounced it correctly, Garmology podcast, and she's interviewed by Nick Johannesson. And it's just a great interview. I could sort of regurgitate a lot of information on the website and a lot of information in that interview, but you will get a sense, you get a much better sense of Merchant Mills by listening to Harlene speak. It's really interesting. Alongside that podcast, there are 3 articles that you can read. One's from Rye, which is a local publication in Rye, where they're based, and another one on That's Not My Age, and then also there's an article in conjunction with the George in Rye, which is a really beautiful hotel in Rye. So that's all there below, so have a look and read, and I hope you'll find all that interesting. So these are my top 10 Merchant Mills patterns. They're my favourites. I'm aware that you've probably got your own, and I'm sure you will tell me in the comments below when this video goes out. At least I hope so. I look forward to hearing from you all with your comments. They're predominantly women's wear. Most of these patterns are available as a PDF or a paper pattern, and the women's wear patterns predominantly are in 2 size sets, 6 to 18 or 18 to 20 on the whole, I believe, although there may be a few exceptions. So as always, I would say please check their website, and that information should be correct then when you look at it, because you may watch this in 6 months' time and things change. Anyway, okay, so predominantly women's wear, and it's a mix of garments. I hope you enjoy them. So I'm going to start with the Landgate. Now this is an exception because it's actually a unisex pattern. So it's in sizes extra small to extra large. And I believe for the men's version you can lengthen it where indicated on the pattern. So it has a hood, a drawstring at the hood, a drawstring waist casing detail, and this nice zip front feature at the front of the hood, a raglan sleeve, the little panelling sections, and you can either do side pockets or you can do patch pockets with the pocket flaps, and it is basically designed for canvas, drill, denim, oilskin, linen and wools as well. Like a lot of these patterns from Merchant and Mills, they've got quite a lot of detailing and they are described as intermediate, and some of them are for more experienced or more advanced sewers as well. Sorry, I'm just getting some information up on my screen here. Okay, moving on to another intermediate pattern, the Denham and Denham, which is inspired by an Austrian hiking jacket. And it's a lovely shape. It's got something of the trench coat about it with that double breasted detail in it. You can also button up the revere up to the neck, and so it sits under the upper collar. It's got the flat pockets with the buttons, double breasted, two-piece sleeve, and the button tab detail at the cuff. I believe it can be lined or unlined. Fabrics again, oilskins, linens, denims, cords, cotton twill and canvas. Okay, moving on to this really lovely waistcoat called the Miller. It is indicated as being intermediate, but you could of course leave the welt pockets off to make it more straightforward, because they're a tiny bit technical, I guess. So it's a slightly boxy style. Welt pockets, as I said, a button through front, it's lined, and it's got this simple back detail, which is the classic sort of waistcoat detail with the straps and with the metal bar hook at the loop rather at the back, where you thread the tape in, so you can just cinch it in a bit if you want to make it more fitted. So it can be easy, or it can be a bit neater on you if you so wish. And I just think it's a really lovely shape. Designed for linen, denim, maybe lightweight corduroy, wool blends, cotton twills, and canvases again. So without the welt pockets, they're saying it's for an advanced beginner, so somebody with some experience, I guess, if you're going to leave the welt pockets out. Okay, moving on to the Celeste, which is kind of like a variation on a t-shirt. I really like this style. Simple bound neck, and just a short sleeve with a fairly deep sleeve hem, and then you've got this lovely waistband feature around the hem with sort of gentle gathering into it, and it looks to me if it sits just sort of quite a little bit below the waist, maybe on the top of the hips, and it's got a centre back button detail as well. And for linens, poplins, foils, lightweight denims, I'm reading the wrong fabrics there, sorry. It's for lightweight wovens, lawn poplin of voile, and they say in the description, if you use a more tightly woven poplin, you're going to get more volume. So if you're going to use tightly woven poplin, you're going to get more volume in it. But if you use something soft like a voile, you're going to get a softer silhouette, which makes perfect sense actually. I was jumping ahead to the next garment there when I was talking about the fabrics, so excuse me, getting ahead of myself. This next one is called the Shepherd, and it's an all-round pleat skirt, and I have featured it before. I featured it last year in one of my trend videos. So pleats front and back, and then side openings with these button fastenings at either side, and you've got the slant pockets, and intermediate again, linens, poplins, voile, I suppose a lightweight denims, and cotton twill as well. And I think that's sort of a very, almost dare I say, on-trend shape at the moment. There are lots of full skirts. I remember looking at them a couple of seasons ago, and people were just starting to wear them, and I think they're everywhere now, in terms of a trend item. I mean, they've never gone away, but I think this is a particularly great shape. Okay, moving on to dungarees, classic dungarees, easy fitting dungarees with I would say that the leg is slightly tapered, but it's got all the detailing that you would expect with the front tab and the dungaree clips, front patch pockets, the side buttons. I remember dungarees I used to have when I was young. Back patch pockets as well. It's designed for intermediate sewers, denim, canvas, twill and cord, and I think if I was going to make them, I would make a toile to make sure I've got the right fit, but a lovely shape. The Thelma, another all-in-one, but this time a boiler suit. So it's like a traditional workwear boiler suit. It's got the concealed front button placket, and then a patch pocket on one side at the front, flap patch pockets at the back on the bum, nice back waistband detail with button tabs on, back yoke, revere collar, and a classic button fastening at the cuff. Again, I think it's got loose fit. I think I would definitely toile that one as well, and it's designed for an experience, so there is quite a lot going on there, I have to say. Fabrics, they're suggesting 5 to 8 ounce denims, cotton poplin cord and linens as well. Okay, moving on to the Heroine Jean. I really want to make these. It's on my get round to list. They are on my get round to list rather. So these are fitted at the waist, and they have got a straight leg, can be turned up at the bottom. They suggest you toile them first, which I think is a really good idea, because jeans, you know, you need to really get the fit right on a pair of jeans especially, and if you toile it, you're going to familiarize yourself with the construction, so there's always that as well when you toile something, about the how it goes together and how it fits. Two things which are obviously going to work together hand in hand to get you a good garment at the end of the day. They suggest 8 to 12.5 ounce non-stretch denim, or if you've got a heavy duty machine that will take it, you can go up to 15 ounces. They also advise you to pre-wash the denim before you make the garments, and before you even cut it, that is, and when you've actually made them, wash the garment inside out. Okay, I am going to carry on with a dress. This is the Etta, which is a really sweet, simple wrap dress, sleeveless or with a longer, it looks like a 3/4 sleeve there, gauging the skirt into the bodice, and a side tie detail. This is intermediate, light to medium wovens, linens, cotton lawns and poplins. And last but not least, I have chosen the Nixon, which is a shirt or a shirt dress. This is sizes extra small to extra large, because it's, I guess, because it's an easy shape. Classic shirt dress, oversized fit, or a shorter shirt, as I said. It's got this lovely front bib detail and a back yoke, grandad collar, neck, and inseam pockets at the side, which are great. It's designed for an experienced sewer. You've got quite a lot of fine stitch detailing going on there, and you've got that front bib, which is something you've got to do super accurately. So they advise tight weave fabrics, because that helps with the fine detailing that you're going to put on it with the stitching. So poplin, chambray and lightweight denims are the suggested fabrics. So those are my favourite. I mean, there are other patterns that I like from them, but those are my top 10. So when I went to the store in Rye, I bought the Landgate pattern, and I also bought some grey oilskin. We're going to move on to the oilskin version in a minute, but I wanted to toile it first. It's an intermediate pattern, and there's a lot of edge stitching on it, and I just wanted to get my head around the construction before I went into the oilskin, because the oilskin fabric is, I would describe it as uncompromising to use. You can't, it's fine, but you can't press it, and there's no ease. Well, there's no ease in the quality that I'm working with at the moment, and I assume they're all pretty much the same. So no room for mistakes. So this is dead stock fabric that I bought ages ago, and I can't remember where I bought it, in leopard print. So I thought I would use it for a toile, but I thought I would make it so I could actually wear it, and I have worn it actually. It's a medium weight cotton, and it's a sort of stripy looking leopard print design, and I actually really like it, and it went together really well. I've got sort of edge stitching detailing on it. I just wanted to be sure that I understood this detail here, and also the raglan, because you attach the raglan section onto the front, you attach the sleeves to the front and back, and then you put the collar, the hood collar detail on last, if you like. So I just really wanted to be all over it and understand it before I made it in the oilskin, which you might see behind me. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You can see I've not finished it, and there's a reason why. But as overall as a pattern, it's a great pattern. The instructions are brilliant, which I have on my table. Hang on a minute. I'm not very organised, Rachel. Okay. But yeah, so great instructions, really, really clear, as you would expect. Great. You can see some of the instructions there. So yeah, I found it quite straightforward to make in this fabric, and I think I made it, I'm about a UK size 10-ish, and I made it in the small. Could maybe have gone extra small, but I wanted to be able to wear it as a sort of layering piece over sort of something like a thicker sweatshirt, so I went for the small, and it's great. It's absolutely great. So I am making it in oilskin, and I fully intended to have it finished for this video, and it all went really well until yesterday morning. I'd actually got, you can see I've got as far as putting the raglan sections on, attaching the sleeves and edge stitching here and here and here. This is all good. The hood piece went together really well, and then I was edge stitching. I got from the front, this is the hood section going into the main body of the garment, and I was edge stitching all the way around, and I got to around the back of the neck, which is probably a good thing, and my sewing machine went rogue, and it started doing that thing where the stitch lengths are all slightly different, so they go small, they go large, they go small, and so I stopped immediately, and I don't know what's going on with my machine, so I gave it a quick sort of a rudimentary service. I delinted it, I oiled it and left it overnight, checked my tension, changed my needle, did lots of test bits, came down in the morning and tested it again, and it was still doing the same thing. It starts off stitching slightly smaller, then goes, it was just so annoying. So I need to get my machine serviced, and I cannot continue with this. I can't continue with it until my stitching on my machine is sorted out, so I'm really gutted. But I will finish this, and I will show you this in a future video, because I've got a plan to do a video focused around this pattern. So I'm hoping in a few weeks' time, give me time to get my machine sorted out. So I haven't done the side seams, see if my thread's hanging down. I haven't put the pockets on, or obviously can't put the drawstring casing on yet because I haven't closed the sides. So that's where I'm at with it. I know it looks all, does get quite creased and rumpled in the when you're making it, so it just look a bit crumpled, but I think it's going to look fantastic. I love the look of it. I think it's great, but my sewing machine let me down big time. But as I said, I'm going to finish it, and I will show you the finished garment in a few weeks' time. So I really hope you enjoyed this little video about Merchant and Mills. As I said before, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. This is the first video. I want to do a series of videos about indie pattern companies. So, well, it does depend how this one lands with you lot. I don't know, tell me whether you like it, and if you've got some favourite pattern companies you'd like me to do a little video on, please share below in the comments. That would be great. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back next week with another video, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye. I should also add here at the end that Rye is a fantastic place to visit. It's full of beautiful old buildings, and it's got some fab shops and restaurants as well. And these are just a few of the very old buildings you'll see if you visit there. So we quite often go down for a whole weekend. Sometimes we go down for the day, but it is beautiful, and it's on the coast, and it's also very close to the most amazing beach called Camber Sands. And I leave you here with a little bit of footage of the beach, and there's a bit here I think with me walking along that my husband filmed, but it's stunning at any time of year. It gets really busy in the summer. I sound like I'm sponsored by the local tourist board. I'm not. In fact, this video is not sponsored at all, but it's just a beautiful part of the UK to visit, and I just really wanted to share it with you. And you can visit Merchant and Mills store at the same time, so it doesn't really get much better than that. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all next week. Bye.